I know when I worked for Walmart, I had a company card. Now, when I first started at Walmart, the company card was pretty loose. I could use it on a lot of things. Now, to be fair, I took the job pretty serious at first, and I didn't use it on anything other than gas and purchases that kind of pertain to my work. Well, unfortunately, some other guy has been caught by the FBI for doing God knows what with his company card. And it's surrounded around the idea of Pokemon. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not hating at all. I'm not trying to hate on you guys. I love you, actually. I love you all unconditionally. But adults that are violently into Pokemon freak me out a little. I'm sorry. There, I said it. Okay. Forgive me. Forgive me for I have sinned. I just think it's a little weird. Look, I dug Pokemon when I was a kid. I think all of us we did. But when you're like 48 and you're collecting Pokemon cards, that's weird. Or like plushies, strange to me. I don't know. Maybe, it's like Beanie Babies, but even weirder, in my opinion. But this is what the FBI has to do instead of doing important stuff. Like the Epstein thing. Here's what they're doing instead. Make sure you guys like this, by the way. So I don't get banned for life. Check this out right here. It says the FBI has caught someone spending $140,000 on Pokemon cards and video games with their company credit card. That's rough. It's so bad that the FBI went after my boy. It says the FBI catches a man spending $140,000 on Pokemon cards and video games with the company card. Damn, look how sad he made Pikachu. It says an Iowa man will spend some time behind bars after defrauding his employer for over $140,000 by using company credit cards on Pokemon cards and video games. 34-year-old Mitch William Gross. And that's what I'm talking about. 34-year-old man. And his last name is Gross. What a coincidence. I'm shocked. It's like fate. It's fate, I tell you. No, look, it's kind of a funny word to have as your name, Mr. Gross. But Mr. Gross done went too damn hard, and he stole too close to the sun. And now the FBI is going to have their way with his booty cheeks. It says he lives in Iowa, and he was sentenced August 15th to 4 months in federal prison. Imagine going to federal prison and getting all your pockets very thoroughly checked. Damn, Mr. Gross. I apologize, bro. That sucks. All for some damn Pokemon cards. He used fraud, and it wasn't very effective, apparently. According to the Department of Justice, he was also ordered to pay back $146,000 in restitution and will serve 3 years of supervised release once his sentencing ends. Imagine going to prison, and you're standing beside a guy that beat the life out of an old lady, okay? And he's like, what are you in for, Mr. Gross? And you're like, oh, I stole about 1 million Pokemon cards. It was hilarious. Damn, son. Damn, you can't even brag. Just lie and say you killed some people, Prosecutors said that Gross defrauded his employer, Ron Transportation Corporation, by misusing company credit cards between September 21st and October 22nd. He did this in 1 year. In 1 year, he spent $140,000 on Pokemon cards. Think about that for just 1 second. This is why people who win the lottery are bankrupt within a year. They'll win $100 million through the lottery, pay $50 in taxes, and then they'll be broke within a year because they just spend it all. Why? Why do these people do this, man? Pokemon cards? You couldn't think of anything else. You know what? I've changed my mind during this video. If you like Pokemon cards and you're above the age of 30, shame. Shame. We're going to make you walk naked, okay, through King's Landing because that's just shameful. You've been shamed. It says 4 months in prison for $140,000. Gross bought prepaid gift cards, Pokemon trading cards, and gaming items, then disguised the purchases as legitimate business expenses. Oh, okay. Ron, a leader in the transportation and logistics industry, has no ties to Pokemon. Well, that unfortunate. He has nothing to do with Pokemon. He just spent $140,000. Imagine your company is auditing your purchases and your expenses, right? And they're like looking through receipts and like, damn, $5,000 at the Quick Stop in Indiana. I wonder what that could be for. Damn, another $5,000 an hour later at another Quick Stop in Indiana. Wonder what that could be for. Totally legitimate purposes, I hope, right? I mean, what did he get? First class? Court records show he submitted falsified receipts and deliberately mischaracterized fraudulent charges in order to conceal the scheme, bro. The FBI and Des Moines Police Department led the investigation. Federal officials noted that there is no parole in the federal system. Oh. This isn't the first case of Pokemon cards landing someone in prison. Earlier this year, a Singapore-based executive was jailed after tricking his CEO into giving him $500,000, which he later spent on Pokemon cards, iPads, vacations, and other luxuries. Well, apparently he tricked his CEO, so it sounds like a CEO's fault. But I digress. If you're just that into Pokemon cards, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, maybe check yourself into rehab, because that sounds like a drug addiction at that point. You know what I'm saying? So looking at the comments for this is even more satisfying. So this right here says, when is the FBI going to look into Roblox and its content problem that's growing? Someone buying Pokemon cards isn't really an FBI issue. Well, apparently it is. This guy says, bro, how do you spend that much for Pokemon cards on a company card and think you won't get caught? Man, I don't know why people do it. You know, it seems like if you embezzle, you always get caught. The entire strategy should be do it in small amounts, but people just don't know how to do that. They can't control themselves. Bro risked it all thinking he'd get some insane cards to turn a profit. A plan so batshit insane, I kind of respect it. Well, there's people I see all the time, and they'll be opening Magic cards on stream. And they'll be like, I spent $5,000 on Magic cards. And they open them, and they look up the worth of the cards, and they look at their profit like margin, basically. And they always lose money. And also, they don't intend on selling any of these anyway. You know, people always kind of use the excuse that the thing they're interested in, like their hobby or whatever, the reason that it's justified is because all this stuff is worth money and I can just sell it. But they never sell it. They will literally go bankrupt and won't pay their bills and lose everything, but they'll have their boxes of Pokemon cards. It's insane. What do you guys think?